Thanks and greetings to all. I'm certainly happy to be in this wonderful room with these inductees, some of whom I've known for a long time. I wanted to give a little bit of history. I was born in 1920 in Chicago. At that time, women did not have the power to vote. If you can imagine that, that's happened in my lifetime. My mother then, of course, became a good voter, and myself and my children have all been good informed voters ever since then. I want to say that I enjoyed the wonderful parks for which Chicago is famous and the waterfront, but I always had a little suitcase packed under my bed that I wanted to go further. And in the early 40s, as just before World War II broke out, I had a boyfriend, and we saw a short article in the Chicago Tribune about homesteading opening on the Kenai Peninsula in 1947. Not knowing anything about and hardly able to find a book on Alaska in the Chicago Library. Anyway, we kept that in mind, and when the warrior returned, we married and bought a small airplane, one-engine, two-seater, and put our little army trunk in the back, but that was our possessions coming to Alaska. I might say as we were crossing the border through customs, there was someone who spoke to us on the ramp there, and who was it but Nick Bagish, who told us he was coming to Alaska. So I was happy to see Mark here tonight. And so the most wonderful end of my journey was when we landed at Merrill Field on a sunny October or August day, and we, the population of Anchorage at that time was about 3,500. We rented a little house at 116 Fifth, and I enjoyed my first 2 years in Anchorage knowing what Alaska women were doing, certainly not things that my mother had been doing. And so in 1947, we took that journey and built our 14 by 16 cabin. One of the things necessary under the Homestead Law was that the family lived for 7 months in the cabin. So the family was myself and my two little girls, Peggy and Eileen. So we had my husband worked in Anchorage. He flew that small plane back and forth off the road and came to see us on the weekends. So we learned how to subsist, how to get our water, and how to chink the cabin, and how to shoot the squirrels. And so I've seen city of Soldotna then grow from just these 3 people to what it is today, nearing 35,000, like Anchorage was when I first came. But it's gone through like 4th class city, 1st class city. The founding of oil in Swanson River in 1957, I think, was an impetus to our becoming a state. So then we were voting for statehood. Now we have the Kenai Borough. I'm happy to be a woman on at least the frontier in this small town, and I'm delighted to have been part of this tonight, and I appreciate the honor.